welcome to another edition of Miss Bomey Zone. This one's going to be an interesting one. This one's a pretty interesting topic. Lots of different possibilities. Are you there? You got everything going?
Yep,
Alrighty.
I'm here.
So you wanted to talk about lifestyle changes. I want to ask, why did you particularly want to talk about that topic?
Well, it just kind of got me thinking just because of some of the stuff that I'm doing right now, going through some changes. And I thought, how many people actually can do a lifestyle change? And then how many people will stick with that?
That's a good point.
So I'm like, it's a little food for thought there.
I think a lifestyle change, whatever it may be, can be.
Yeah.
I think if you spend less time in the very beginning trying to deal with it as much as you'd spend time trying to figure out cool ways to make it easier.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'll take my one friend for instance. She had a heart attack and she was a smoker. So she decided that she needed to quit smoking because her doctor told her so. So she did the vaping thing. And then she weaned herself down, down off the nicotine. And now she just does the vape just because it's something that she, likes to do. But it's not causing her any more problems or harm with her health. And so she's done that. Well, that was like about 2 years ago. And she's kind of stuck with it. And it wasn't something that was fast and furious.
You just said my exact story. It's exact. It said put 2 years. That's me. That's exact. Yeah. I've tried to quit so many times over the past 15 years. No good at all. The minute the vape thing I got introduced to the vape thing, it was like, well, if I'm able to do that, that might be okay. Now I make my own vape and I'm down to 0 nicotine. I just enjoy that little bit of taste of menthol and that's it. But it keeps me from smoking.
Yeah, and it does her too. And she doesn't, I don't know how often you use yours, but I know for her, she only uses it like a couple times during the day, and that's all that she needs, which
I'll
is
use
fine.
It right now, if I'm going to sit down and have a beer or whatever, and then I'm going to be on the air or whatever, I'm going to get the urge to smoke.
Yeah.
So I'll use it here when I'm on the air, and I won't use it any other time. I don't use it when I'm working downstairs in the shop, which is most of the day, when I'm painting, when I'm doing any of that. All the things I do around the home, nope, don't use it at all. It's only when I pop up here and I'm on the air. That's when you get that. I'm relaxed. I'm sitting in the chair. Ooh, it'd be good right now, a cigarette. That it eliminates that.
It does, and it's a small change, but it's a lifestyle change. And we have Scott in the chat room. Hi, Scott. How's it going? So I thought about that and thought, well, I wonder how many people are able to do something just like small like that. It doesn't have to be anything huge or significant. Douglas, good evening. I'm just shouting out as we're going along. Squirrel.
Oh, yeah. Now, I've had, while you're doing that, I've had a few myself. I mean, now I had some by force lifestyle changes that when you were younger are devastating. They're literally devastating. Your mom meets a fella. Your mom meets a fella and goes, "Look, I'm getting married. All of you kids, and this is all part of a package deal." You go, "Oh, okay, all right, whatever." They go, "Oh yeah, you're Seventh-day Adventist now." Well, wait a minute, what? Yep. You have like ready, set. You just changed religion. Ta-da! All right, welcome. and you're like, so that's it. And they're like, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we're vegetarian. What?
What?
We're vegetarian. I'm like, the hell? So I was a half-true vegetarian. Was like, why are you vegetarian? Because I have to. We live in the middle of nowhere, and I can't go. I mean, I can go on the farm and shoot a cow, but what am I going to do with the rest of it when I'm full?
Now look, you got a place to store it.
A farmer, that farmer out there going, I don't know what's going on, but every time I get a small cow, someone takes it down. They take about 4 pounds of meat off of it, and they leave the rest of it there.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
wild.
know. I know for me, my doctor, because there's been some health issues that've been ongoing, and I'm not going to get into that part of it. But he told me basically I needed to change my diet, and I'm like, okay, I can do that. Yeah, that was pretty drastic. You are going to have to go vegan now for at least a month. Okay.
Now, even though it sounds like something that everybody would know, all right,
Uh,
gonna be people popping on that have heard vegan,
yeah,
vegan, 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 and even me a
and
while
the
back
faces.
when I first heard it, I heard vegan and went, oh, that's a snotty vegetarian's all. Actually, it's not.
No.
So exactly, tell everybody out there who's going to be listening here, what exactly is a vegan?
Well, the simplest way that I can put it into terms is what my doctor told me. It's no animal, no oils. So when you eliminate that, you're eliminating a lot of things. You're eliminating a lot of your meats, all of your preserved foods. So you're going more fresh for vegetables and fruits and things like that. Now, tonight was a perfect example. Tonight was our first vegan meal that we had. So it was a spinach wrap, and it had black beans, corn, lettuce, salsa, some crunchy chips, or crunchy organic, chips that we use for chips and salsa, and then some organic dressing, ranch dressing, and avocado. And it really wasn't that bad. But when you tell people that this is what you gotta do, you get, oh my god, really?
Yeah, eat it, Chris.
Ew. That's the first. That's the first.
Well, like I
It's either
showed
the
you.
look that comes across or the comment.
No, the vegetarian part, I already had that part down because I was, like I said, I was a forced vegetarian, so it didn't bother me at all. But like I was telling you about that Thrive stuff there, that'll work phenomenal for you. The textured vegetable protein, that's going to be a big plus for you, because then you can take and get your tortilla, whatever type you're approved to have, because a lot of them have fat in them. They have oils in them, so you got to watch out for that.
You gotta watch for that.
That's the number 2 ingredient in most tortillas is some sort of fat. It'll either be lard, which is Piggly Wiggly's middle section there, or it'll be an oil, a canola oil, something like that. It'll be one of those. So you got to watch for that one's there. But you can also make your own. You can also make your own.
I did find some cookbooks, 2 of the cookbooks, and then one of the cookbooks that I was gravitating to when I was looking for recipes to do the preparations for all this, to make sure that I had all the ingredients ready to rock and roll for tomorrow. It talked about making your own ranch, your own mayonnaise. Back
up. How the hell are you going to make mayonnaise when the 2 ingredients in mayonnaise, 2 ingredients are friggin' animal and oil? That is the ingredients to mayonnaise. Give me some animal, give me some oil. You can add spices and all that later, but it's like, you got the eggs in there? Yeah. You got the ton of oil in there? Yeah. Now whip the hell out of that thing. I mean, the 2 main ingredients.
I don't know exactly what the ingredients are. I didn't have a chance to look through it because I was more focused on trying to find recipes to try out and find things that normally that we would like to eat that would be similar, even though it's just all vegetables.
You might want to try taking some of the make a vegetable stock. Okay, now.
Oh yeah, they talked about that.
That's a Sunday thing, and it's a really freaking important thing for you to do. All right, is you don't have to have pretty vegetables either. You just need lots of celery, carrots, garlic, onion.
Oh yeah, anything left over, throw it in the pot. Yeah, that's on my grandma.
Then you get that vegetable stock going. If you take that vegetable stock and you mix it with a little bit of avocado, get it to where it's thick, almost like a cream. All right, you've made a non-animal avocado crema. Because I know my mother did that one all the time. That was a saving grace moment right there, because you were like, okay, this is kind of cool. But one of the real popular things I thought was great was like that burger. We called it the Adventist by Loma Linda product, and it was called Grand Burger for them. But that's not the one I showed you. It's just TVP is all it is, textured vegetable protein. But that one I showed you is exact same thing. You can that takes place of all your ground meat, so you can do your chili still with that. You just don't have cheese in it, but you can use your avocado crema in there and have a fresh onion. And another cool thing that I used to do with my mom was get yourself a planer. Go to one of the stores and get yourself. It's a stainless steel. It looks just like a rasp. Stainless steel. You see all the chefs use them, so you can grate your onion. That way you're not getting great big chunks of onion or great big chunks of garlic. You can actually grate it.
All right? I don't mind the garlic or onion.
Well, you're Italian. That's true.
Yeah. Smile money. Hello.
Is it safe to feed Eric beans?
Well, I did feed him some tonight. I'll give you the report
it's safe
tomorrow.
to feed him beans as long as there's distance. I'm not worried. Christine should be, but there's distance.
I'll be like, dude, get out of here. Me and Shelby will be in the other room as we grab our gas masks on the way out.
Yep.
What was the question?
Yep.
Yep, that'll be happening.
The answer to that question is officially no, it's not safe.
Absolutely. And we also have bearded CB82 that joined us.
Hey,
hello. So yeah, I'm learning a lot of different things on how to, make those changes, but make it still feel similar to, what you normally want to gravitate towards eating. But it's not been too bad, It's a change, and that's what just got me thinking about like lifestyle changes. And it's not just with food or smoking, like maybe you're a person that doesn't really like to exercise, but really needs to get out there and do something, whether it's just, making a time for a half an hour walk 3 times a day or, whatever.
Oh, and lifestyle changes can be, there's a lot of things that can create a lifestyle change. You give somebody who gets a crazy deal on a house, some stupid deal on a house, and you finally got the little front yard. It's nothing huge. Got the little front yard, and you got the little backyard. Nothing gigantic, but you got one there. Yeah. And you find out that this is more of a fixer-upper, and you have the knowledge of fixer-upper. Well, you tried to repair a toaster once, and you had an insurance claim, so that type of thing. So that's a lifestyle change when you're like, I can't afford to do any of this, so I have to learn. Yes, you are going to need to now work, come home, study, so that you can repair the cabinet.
Yep. That's exactly what my brother-in-law did. He was not savvy as far as making repairs on cars or lawnmowers or anything with motors in that aspect, but I'll tell you what, I give him kudos because he would get on the internet, he would Google like how to fix his whatever make and model his lawnmower was, read up about it, and then went out and did it and fixed it because he couldn't afford at that time to say, let me just bring this to the repair shop.
Well, you can also get a lot. That's one of the things that I get to score from is I get a lot. People will go, "What are you, a rich son of a?" No, I'm not. They go, "Well, you have 4 snow throwers?" Yes, I do. Well, how the hell do you have 4? What the hell, dude? And it's like you have every tool in the world. It's like, yes, I have 3 shops too. Yes, I do. But I don't walk into anywhere and go, "How much is that wrench?" $47. Here's $47. Never gonna happen for me. I find out every pawn shop around me, and I go meet the guys who own it. I introduce myself. And so, by the way, this is a lifestyle change because I ended up becoming retired now. I'm retired twice, and that's it. There's nowhere else for me to go retire from. I'm 55. I can't do one more. You know what I mean? So that's it. I'm retired now. But so I go meet all these people. I learn. I had to adjust my lifestyle because now I'm an at-home dad as well of an autistic boy, so that's a whole other lifestyle change right there. But I have to be able to create my money from my fun out of nothing. It has to come from nothing. So what I do is I take my knowledge or my talent and I apply that. I'll go on Craigslist or something like that. Somebody's got 3 lawnmowers. You pick them up, you can have them. Well, you just have to learn that it's a throwaway society nowadays. So people pull the string 4 or 5 times, and they're like, chuck that son of a bit. And there's certain people who will be out there listening to this. They can literally go, how old is the lawnmower? You go, it's like 8 years old. And the first thing in their mind is you didn't put stable in it, did you? There's a little tiny pin that goes in the bottom, all right? And that little pin is how the fuel pushes through and it atomizes. It's clogged. Right away, you think that.
Yeah.
So I go grab all that stuff, but then I'll end up with 2 or 3 lawnmowers. I sell 2 or 3 of those lawnmowers. And then I go ahead and I can now go around and buy all my little tools that I want. You gotta adjust your life to work with what you have and how to do it. I learned how to drink beer and work on guns from this guy, Ebony.
Good one, Douglas.
and yes, CB, autism equals never a dull moment.
Yes.
I was just talking to Christine about, we had a sad moment in the house, and he was crying and all that, and he came in to remind me that he wasn't quite crying.
It was funny. It was funny, and I don't mean it like in a bad way. But it was just funny that he was paying attention and being like, no, here, Dad,
he listens. He can hear everything.
Really?
Oh yeah, he listens to everything.
Sonic hearing.
Oh yeah, he has supersonic hearing, especially for certain terminology, and the spelling doesn't work either because he's a great speller now. So it's like, oh, okay, great, awesome. Yeah, you say Sour Patch Kids, he'll come running.
Wow, that's funny.
So recipes that you saw.
Oh well, hang on a second. I'll tell you what I got so far.
I want to hear what you picked out for this lifestyle change you're going through. What did you pick? What sounded
So tonight we have the Southwestern wrap, which I just kind of told you about. Easing into it. Tomorrow is going to be a Chunky Monkey smoothie.
Whoa. What the hell? How do you do a smoothie when you don't have? What are you using? Almond milk?
Yes.
Now, did you do what I told you about with the almond milk? Did you read the ingredients?
I haven't actually picked it up yet. I gotta go to the store. Right.
Oh, that's awesome. It's 9:18 at night here in Maine. It's 8:18 where she's at. She's on for an hour, so it'll be 9 when she gets off there. We'll talk for a little bit, and she's got plans for the morning breakfast. Well, do you have the main ingredient? Haven't got that yet.
You should see my list today with all of the ingredients that I needed for stuff because trying to get everything for the week. Then to the dinner for tomorrow night is going to be a barley sweet potato pilaf.
Ooh, now barley's good.
Yep. And then Monday we're going to do a white vegetable bean hash.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Are they just throwing names? Where are they getting hash? Are you actually going to do like potatoes and have them roasted?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's your sweet potatoes. And then Tuesday there was a recipe that kind of caught my eye that I thought was really interesting. A Southwestern mac and cheese.
Huh. And God Wild One, yes, you're right. I wouldn't enjoy a lot of things because the fruit would be touching. Yeah, I know.
I thought of that today as I was doing my shopping, going through the store. Oh my God, Jeff and I are on the same page today. And then Wednesday will be a stir fry, your vegetable stir fry with your rice. And then Thursday, Eric's gonna do. He's gonna make chili ahead of time.
So let me ask you this: the whole kitchen's being redone, the whole dining room's being redone, all of this is being redone. All right, and I'll be done in a few more days here because I'm having a lifestyle change here, people. I won't get into it, but I'm in the middle of I'm in mine right now. So
yeah.
But what video do you want me to do? What thing do you want me to make for? What would be cool that you would love to see me make? And the whole new place. First vegan meal you'd like to see me make. What's something you want to know? Can you make that vegan?
Can you make something that would be like a pasta?
Ooh.
With whatever vegetables.
Now you would have to make a few different changes. Now there's three vegetable pastas that are easy as hell, and I mean easy as hell. They require a simple investment. It's about $65. Do you have a stand mixer or no?
A what mixer?
KitchenAid.
Yeah, we have a. Yeah, I have one.
Which one do you have? The Artisan or do you have the Classic?
Which one did you guys buy me that year? Do you remember?
The Classic.
The Classic.
Okay, the Classic has a vegetable noodle maker attachment. It's like $65. You'll want this. Okay. You want this because it takes any vegetable and it makes noodles out of it.
It's already on her wish list.
It's already on my wish list.
Okay. Oh, well then, hell, you already knew that, girl. Can you make? Well, yeah, it's easy as hell.
But I mean, the dish itself. I don't know. Like,
okay, for if you want to get a noodle though, I want a pasta though. I don't want a vegetable. I want a fucking pasta. The only thing you have to do is you have to take that pasta and you need to change a few ideas in your mind. Okay, like right. It's not going to necessarily be a linguine or a rotoni, or it's not going to be a spaghetti. What you can make though is you can make a gnocchi, or you can make the German spätzle.
Okay, how are you going to do gnocchi? Because I know how to make gnocchi.
Okay, gnocchi can be made with. Now, there's a lot of things you're going to learn. So I'll have to go through a whole bunch of this with you. You need to learn. You got to learn gurgum. You got to learn potato starch. You got to have to learn about your different, all your different starches and what they do and how they can be used in emulsifying things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually a starch that can be put into fat. I mean, like I have a pan of bacon grease. I can put this starch into it while it's hot, stir it up, and all of a sudden, whoof, it becomes gelatinous and it will dry. And I can then grind it up and make bacon powder. Now, at first you think, well, I can't use fat. It doesn't have to be fat. It can be just about anything you want. But I mean, all these different starches can do things. So you learn what can tapioca flour do? What can this do? What can that do? And once you start learning all these different starches and like tapioca flours, almond flours, coconut flours, what do they do? How do they do? What am I able to make them do for me? All right. Then you'll learn you can make gnocchi. All right. You're not going to get ribbon pasta though. It's not going to happen because it requires it needs gluten. The netting of gluten is what it's got to have. And in order to get that gluten going, you're going to need to be able to put some kind of fat in there with your liquid, or you're going to wind up with just too much gluten. It'll be unusable.
Douglas, he made a comment in there, vegan lasagna.
Yeah, vegan lasagna is that's actually, believe it or not, vegan lasagna is a copy of a true Italian recipe.
Okay.
It is literally, no joke, vegan lasagna is a copy of an Italian recipe, and all you have to do is leave out the meat. That's it. It is zucchini lasagna.
It's vegetables, though.
Yeah, zucchini lasagna.
Right?
Yeah, that's an Italian. That's actually real Italian. Like it's like from.
So what do you do for sauce?
Tuscany. It's from Tuscany. They do the hand crushed tomato sauce.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's hand crushed. They hand crush those tomatoes. It's not a liquid sauce. This is think Tuscany. It's a Tuscany sauce. Yeah, I know. Okay, and they don't put tons of cheese in it either. They literally it's a spring dish that's to celebrate the garden and to celebrate all that is the garden. The meat is served separately. Now, some people will put a little bit of sweet pork sausage in there. You don't have to. But what that allows you to do is you would actually be able to make an entire vegetable lasagna, and that's an Italian recipe too. That's an easy one.
Okay.
You're just literally you're cutting ribbons. You're cutting ribbons out of your zucchini, but don't buy big zucchini. Only buy small zucchini. Small zucchini is sweet and doesn't have a bitter aftertaste.
Okay, why don't you do that one? Because I really, really like to see how you do the lasagna.
All right, that'll be the first one I do. I will make a vegetable lasagna.
And then for the next one after that, can you make me your favorite granola bar?
Oh, yes. Hell yes.
I found some granola bar recipes.
You need to get your honey, by the way. You need to get your honey.
I already got it. It's sitting on my cupboard or counter right now.
Local only, right?
Local. Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Because that's going to become. You're going to have to start learning. Now, you're Italian, I know, but Italians still don't do this that much. They really don't. I've seen so many mamas that don't do that. The Italian things are good. It's good. I've made it my whole life. And you're like, yeah, but you're not tasting each ingredient, though. Yeah. Getting the fragrance of each ingredient. What is this bringing for? What is the aroma? What aroma is this bringing? And then notes and counter notes. Honey has a very interesting sweet. It is nothing like you've had in the whole wide world. You got to learn that taste though, because like honey is a beautiful back note for meat. People don't know it. It's a beautiful back note for meat. It's a perfect back note for meat. All right, but it's also incredible for tomatoes. It's actually very good with tomatoes.
Well, I would see that because your honey is sweet and if you do tomatoes or like your sauce, because when I normally make sauce, I have to put something kind of sweet in it to take down that.
Right, but the problem is though is if you ever noticed, you'll hear people say this. You'll literally put in 3 tablespoons. That's it of sugar in a sauce. And if somebody's really got a palate, they actually have a really good palate, they'll be like, I don't know, it might be a little sweet for me. But it's not really sweet, and what they're tasting is the refined sugar.
Yes.
That's what they're tasting. Had you switched and gone with the honey, all right, the honey has a whole earthiness. It's like sorghum. That's another thing you should learn to play with is sorghum. Sorghum is like molasses, but it's from the U.S. It was here when the Indians were here, when the Native Americans were here. That's our sugar. That is American. That is real, true American sugar. Sorghum. Yeah. So that's our real molasses. That's what they cooked with here for generations and generations. I mean, all your guys from like when I lived in Arkansas, it was right there. It was right there. It was wild. And they literally squeeze it between 2 stones with a donkey that walks in a freaking circle, and you just feed the stalks. It's just like cane, except for cane's got to be burnt and that's got to be ground. And they're literally just squeeze the sorghum. They're just squeezing, sticking it. They make beer out of it. They make all kinds of things out of it. But it's also a really, really unique sweetener. It gives you that molasses how molasses has that. Molasses is the draw from sugar. I don't know if you knew that or not. When they're taking sugar, raw sugar, and they're spinning it in a centrifuge, what pulls out of that is this brown goo. That's molasses.
Molasses, yeah.
That is where molasses comes from. But our molasses is called sorghum. That's our Native American molasses. You gotta learn. You gotta learn where can I get that. And that's another really great natural sweetener that you can use to offset some of the bitterness. And people, you'll fall in love with those different types of notes. And trust me, if you're gonna be doing vegan stuff, you need to fall in love with all those tiny little notes because you have alcohol soluble flavors, you have fat soluble flavors, you have water soluble flavors. All right, you're eliminating all of the fat-soluble flavors. They're not allowed anymore. I don't think they're letting you have alcohol either, are they?
I don't think that. not like beer and hard liquor and
only white wine. All I'm interested in is white wine. That's it. Is white wine on the no list or yes list?
Red wine, balsamic, apple cider, red wine, and other vinegars. Mustard, salsa.
Are no's or yeses? No's or yes?
Those are yeses. Those are yeses.
So white wine is on the yes list. Okay, great, awesome. So that means so you need to think about those two primary things: alcohol soluble flavors, all right, and water soluble flavors. These are things that can be drawn out with those two liquids. All right, like onions are amazing because onions, if you put alcohol with your onions for only a quarter of a cup, and when you first start them, those frickin' things will turn into candy.
Yeah.
But onions will become candy.
I have a friend that I called the other day and told him, and he was just laughing because, he has been vegan. He's been vegan for a while, both him and his wife. So they were giving me some pointers and some recipes as well. So it's kind of nice to know that there's people out there that are actually doing it and have done it for a while, and that have that knowledge that you can be like, okay, I can ask this question or that question, and so that's kind of nice.
That and having have fallback dishes. Fallback dishes are easy. No matter what, you can eat a salad.
Oh yeah.
You can eat a salad. I'm not going to be happy by day 35 of salad, but I can eat a salad.
I don't want to be a freaking rabbit. Yeah.
Right, but see, like with a salad, like my buddy and I were talking. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. He was like, I was telling him that you were doing this, and he's like, give her some of those salads like you did for me, dude. Those were stupid. And I'm thinking, what salads did I do for him? Because he was stuck on salad. He had no choice. He had a serious digestive tract problem, and they were literally telling him he has to have all this fiber. He can't have any meat. He can't have any dairy. He can't have any gluten. I'm like going, oh my God, holy shit. And they're giving him all this no. And then I'm sitting there looking at the list of things that he could have. I said, dude, you know what's crazy? And it's on this list. He goes, what? The greatest salad I ever made in my life. He's like, what the hell do you mean? I went, I see balsamic vinegar. I see cranberries. I see pecans and walnuts. I said, dude, I see all the vegetables here. I said, you know what? We could take the different notes of flavor, and we could make these suckers explode. So I showed him how to rehydrate cran raisins. Told him don't buy cranberries, whatever you do, because you're just going to get half as much for 15 times the price. Buy the cran raisins. That's it. They're dried. Showed him how to rehydrate those, so you still get a little bit of texture, but they're really like a nice hot plump cranberry. That's actually soft. It's really great. So I taught him how to rehydrate those, how to rehydrate the blueberries. And when you mix cranberries and blueberries with balsamic, you get a wild, crazy flavor taste there. And then he had to learn. You start teaching him about his greens. You can't do iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce. The minute you crunch down on a mouthful of iceberg lettuce, it's water. You got crunch, water, crunch, water. So I started trying to teach him the different. You got to get some bitter note stuff in there. Then you got to learn like my freezy, and that's going to be for texture. All right, my frisee there, and then arugula. Arugula gives you a bitter note. It's bitter, but it also has almost like a pepper. It's almost like a pepper bitter. So you take that, you take the texture of the frisee, you take those different types of greens, throw them all together, and then you take things that give you a pop of an aroma, an explosion of flavor and aroma, which would be if you were to, you know what chiffonade is?
I don't think I'm familiar with that.
Okay. Chiffonade is a style of a cut, and it's really good in your mouth. So you take 12 or 15 basil leaves, right? Lay them flat and roll them up tight like a cigar. Roll them up real tight like a cigar, and then you just slice across them real thin. And when it ends up creating all these little ribbons, throw those in your salad. So every once in a while, you get one of those in your mouth when you take a bite of the salad, and you get that explosion of oregano, like boom in your mouth. You get it's just or basil. I'm sorry, I said oregano. Basil in your mouth, and you get the nose hit from that, and it's really really good, really really good. It does well for your palate.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. When you think about it, we really do change lifestyle changes throughout our whole life. You know, start off that you're a single person, then and most of the time you get married, and then and then you got another person that's in your life, and so that's a change. So there is changes that we do throughout our lives, but I don't think that we really have the tendency to look at them as lifestyle changes.
Yeah. Now there's a couple good comments here. Smile Money, bees are not meat. That is actually at first you laugh, but you have a separate sect of people that do believe that. That believe that isn't that a creature? Honey comes from it. Ah, it's an insect, and then you'll have people that'll go in a different direction. Go insect, yeah. Isn't lobster an insect? Isn't crab an insect? Well, technically, lobster would be a bug because it has an exoskeleton. So would crab. I don't freaking know about all that shit, but I don't think she's allowed to have it. And yes, Smile Money mushrooms are awesome. Who said it first though? Jeff said Panera Bread has a salad with balsamic and cranberry, awesome flavors. Yeah. Oh, Bearded Seabee, all sorts of great things with mushrooms. That is a very good point, by the way. You don't like mushrooms? Damn, girl. You just
no, and I've tried them. I have tried them more than once. I have tried them multiple times in my life. I cannot get past the texture. Get past
the texture. Is like the meat. It's the meat of the forest. Well, they're earthy. So you don't like earthy flavors. That's what it is. You don't like.
No, it's not. Just that one.
Wow. Oof. Oof.
No, Eric, he'll eat them all day long. But I did try to incorporate some recipes that do have the mushrooms in it, so I'll give it a try again.
I'm not sure.
Because I know it's something that Erica likes.
Apparently, Gunwan One wants you to understand that he changes his underwear every day. I'm not sure. Apparently, that was important. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he said he won't eat fungus either.
Okay. Maybe that's why he changes his shorts so often. I don't know. I didn't see that one coming, but okay.
That's a good one. Just saying.
The definition of random.
Christine's
they're talking about cooking and mushrooms and lifestyle changes, and I just want everybody to know I change my underwear every day. Wow.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I had to check the hockey scores.
Are you serious? We're in the middle of talking about a lifestyle change, and you're. Oh yes, the Wild's winning! Yay!
I know the Leafs won 4-2 over Caps.
And by the way, just so you know, while we're talking about this, I mean, you tried last year to teach me hockey,
yes.
and I paid attention. I was a diligent student. I met a hockey team who went overboard trying to do a promo for you. Went way over freaking board.
Yes.
And I got to go watch a hockey game. I had no fucking idea what was going on. I was still confused by the box. I don't understand. But listen, I don't understand. Listen, why can't you just sit on the bench? Why do you gotta go in a box?
It's a timeout.
No. You still haven't answered. You said that last year. You still didn't answer my question though. You can take a timeout because children do every day. Okay, you're getting a timeout. They put him in a chair, or they sit him on the floor in the corner. But no, not in hockey. Not in hockey. Adults. You need to go in a clear glass box.
Yeah.
I don't understand. What is the point of the box? But why a box? Why is it a box?
Well, you don't want him to go sit back on the bench with the rest of the.
No, it's a separate bench. It's got like flames on it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a separate bench with flames on it, like you're the demons. Sit on the flame bench. You give them 5 minutes on the bench, but I mean a box. Get inside the big clear box now. Sit in the big clear box. You've been naughty. In the box. Get in the box. You're a grown-ass adult who makes $5 million a year playing hockey. Get in the clear box. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense.
You can't have him going back and sing on the bench with the rest of the guys.
I like Jeff's. They need to go over. They should have two boards at right angles and make them all go stand over there. Put your nose in the corner. Put your nose in the corner. Put it in the corner.
In the Wild Blast. Damn it.
Okay.
Hurricanes beat them 5-4.
Are you done? Are you done with the hockey?
Okay. There we go.
Florida just had a hurricane. You should have bet on the hurricane. You knew it was going to win.
Okay. That was my hockey update.
Oh my God! Now all of us here in Radio Land are having a lifestyle change as Christine checks her hockey scores. She's like, "I love radio, but show's over right now. People, I'm checking scores."
This just in.
Yeah. Do they have vegan meals? Well, yeah, they have them in a bag. It's called a Bago salad.
Yeah.
It's right at the front. You walk in and get a bag.
The point of the penalty box is that the player gets taken off the ice, and you can't sub. There you go.
So you can't subscribe during a penalty box. I've never tried that. I'll have to do that next time someone goes to the penalty box. I'll go on YouTube and see if I can subscribe. Can I subscribe? Can I sub him? I can't sub.
No, God, Wild. I doubt that there's any hockey players that are vegan.
Not as much blood as they eat. Hell no. They're sitting there going, "You hungry?" No, I was sucking on my teeth earlier. No.
Oh no, that bloody nose did me in.
I think the box is so they can't communicate with the team. They better never get a deaf. They better never get a deaf player. They'll be out there.
Sign language.
Yeah, it'll be sign language. They'll be like, "Okay, now paint the box black. Paint the box black. No, paint it black." They'll black out the box. Oh my God. Vegan hockey players. That is funny.
Mhm.
So, now we talked about doing a lasagna. What's the one? Let's talk about something that you're gonna evolve. It's gonna be. We got a month on vegan. How long do they want you to do vegetarian though?
I don't know exactly, because when I go back in a month after I've been doing this, I'll revisit my doctor. We're going to run some more tests, and then that's going to be the indication of what route we're going to take next.
Now, if he allows you to go vegetarian, there's three. Now, when I say this, people are going to come hate on me, and that's fine. It's a fact, though. There are three lines in vegetarian. You have vegetarians that don't agree that eggs aren't vegetarian. They don't agree. You have vegetarians that don't agree that milk. All right, they don't agree. They think it's fine. Then you have some that are extreme. They say if it's any type, if it comes from an animal, it comes from an animal. That's it. Done. All right.
But if it's coming from an animal, aren't you considering yourself vegan then?
Well, it depends, because like technically an egg isn't meat. It's pre-meat. It will be meat. It will be someday. But it's not now. It's an embryo, technically.
Right.
It's not meat yet. So if you're eating vegetarian, I mean,
what I'm saying is like the stuff that they're saying, like you're getting your milk, your cheese, your yogurts from cows.
Yeah.
Because that's all dairy. Okay. So if they're not believing that that is part of their vegetarian diet, then aren't they considered to be more vegan than vegetarian?
Well, yeah, I suppose they could be more, but they're not all the way. Because I mean, like a true, you have people that are like, I call them nasty vegans. I mean, they don't even think that you should ride a horse. They don't think you should have a dog for a pet. Only an evil person would have an animal. I mean, an animal at their home. That makes you evil. I mean, these people are like,
That's extremism.
Right. They're special. I'm not gonna say anything insulting, but they're special, and they'll always get in a car and drive away. That's when you go, fossil fuel, huh? Yeah. Doesn't fossil fuel comes from fossils of animals?
Of animals that were
Aren't you driving on animal fuel right now? Aren't you? Huh? That part always cracks me up. It's like, how far do you want to take it? Basically, that's how far do you want to take it. So vegetarian, how far do you wish to take it? Are you gonna if you're stuck being a vegetarian, are you gonna be a dairy egg vegetarian?
I love my cheese, and I will say this, that I do miss my cheese.
Because you're gonna hear vegetarians go, I'm vegetarian. You go, yeah, okay, well, once in a while I eat fish, and you're like, shut up, just shut up.
No, to me,
I laugh.
It's the category of meat. That's just me personally.
It's the flesh. No, it is the flesh of an animal. That is classified as meat. Okay, you can't be a vegetarian who. I'm a vegetarian. Now, once in a while I eat meat. I eat fish. It's like, that's freaking. There was an animal swimming around, and the muscles that made it swim, you just ate. So yeah, you can't be a vegetarian and eat fish. It's not possible. All right. Yeah, yeah, I know that right, Beard CB. There's all kinds of people go, I'm vegetarian, but I eat fish and seafood. So it's like, if you eat fish.
No.
What makes a fish move through the water? It's muscles. What makes a cow walk? It's muscles. What makes a pig move? It's muscles. So what do you eat on all these animals? They're muscles. So you're eating the meat of the animal. That's what I mean. I love the meat of the animal, so I'm not degrading that. I'm just simply saying, don't tell me you're vegetarian and you eat fish. Don't. It's like, I don't eat pig, but I do eat trotters. You know, I don't eat cows. I just eat bacon. You know, okay, that's
but I would be fine being vegetarian. But I definitely would put my yogurts, my cheese, and eggs back in my menu if that's possible.
Well, if honestly, can do that,
I don't really miss eating the meat very much.
If you can do that, to be vegetarian and have your cheese and your eggs back, the world is your oyster there. That's all your breads are open.
That's all you need.
All your breads are open, all your pastas are open.
Yeah.
Every sauce in the world, because I mean, we both know there are some really good marinara sauces that you would not put meat in, or someone would slap you. They would literally slap you. Yes, they would slap your face if you put meat in it. But now, if you had a bowl of pasta and you put some of that sauce on there, you would be in heaven. And if you had some Romano Reggiano, you'd be like, I've died and gone to heaven. So I mean, those kind of meals are available,
and that's fine too. And the thing that I'm learning now is like just going with more stuff that's or kind of staying with that mindset of things that are staying away from the preservative types of food.
Yeah, there you go. Beard CB. Fish bleed red. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. If you've ever gutted a fish, one of the first things you had to do is make sure you don't forget to rinse off all the mud. They sure as hell do. And they got guts, just like everything else has. So, I mean, And I mean, I love all that. Mosquitoes do also after they feed on you. Very true.
That's true. Smile Money.
Smile Money eats legless animals only. Well, most animals that I eat don't have legs either. They've been cut off into roasts. So, but now, what meal? Let's find out in your lifestyle change, so I can make sure that we're still getting that topic in there. In this lifestyle change of yours, however long it may be, what meal do you think you're going to be like, this is sad that I'm not able to have this meal?
My lasagna with my meat and cheese.
Thank God, people, she said something. I thought for sure she was going to go, I don't have a favorite meal.
No. That will be. I mean, as much as, as much as I have not really made as much as I do, like I have in years past because of Shootapalooza and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna miss the way that I make my lasagna.
Well, let me ask you this: since we're here and we're doing this now, because it'll help me get inside your brain for recipes and things like that. What is your what is your comfort food?
My comfort.
But now there's two different levels of comfort food. Okay, there's comfort food, which is like you run in, you grab it, you hop on the couch, you pull the blanket, the Afghan over yours, and you make sure the pillow's there, and you watch that show because it's Sunday and you're off. And there's nothing. The house is clean. There's nothing to do, and I just feel really good right now with this in front of me and that show on television. Then there's of course Nona. Yeah. When Nona makes meatballs, okay, that's different. Okay, that's a Christmas thing with Nona. I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about when everything lines up. In other words, like it just lines up. It's 61 degrees outside.
Oh.
Slightly overcast. There's no snow, but it's that right temperature. Everything's good. No bad mail. Eric's happy. You got a call from a couple different relatives. Everyone's happy and healthy, and it's just good. It's Sunday. You don't gotta go. It's still early, and everything's great. And then you hear this show's gonna be on in an hour. You're like, an hour? Oh crap! You're gonna want to do something. What is that dish that you run in there?
A dish.
That dish. Yeah. What is the dish that you put together? Go. Yeah. You know what this sounds like for me? Sunday with this in front of the tube, just chilling.
Okay, an actual dish.
Chili and beer comes in from Mr. Holster.
Hey, Mr. Holster. And somebody had asked me, just answer this question quick while I'm thinking about what you're asking me. Is being a vegan a permanent change for you? I sure as hell hope not. Nothing against anybody out there that is vegan, because let me tell you, bravo for you for doing it. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to make that transition there, and then once you're there, stay in that lifestyle change. So we're just we're playing it by ear. We're gonna see how it goes. See, you're talking like Sunday dinners to me, and then the Sunday dinners is like comfort food is my pasta. So
okay, that would be So in other words, say okay. So for you, it's like you go in the refrigerator, and there it is. Last night, you have just enough sauce and pasta to make a great big bowl. You got a fresh little wedge of cheese right there. You can grate it. Oh my God, that's there you go. Okay, great. That's perfect. All right. So we gotta make you a couple of those, a couple of things like that you can go, that's different, that's interesting. All right, so we have to find something that can react as your cheese, that can be like your cheese. We gotta find you something that can be like your pasta.
And like my penny pasta, I love that with like butter and Parmigiano Romano. That to me was like one of my favorites.
There you go. There's your Italian right there, folks. You notice she didn't say anything about sauce. There you go. Italians. I always thought I knew Italians until someone told me, what are you doing? Putting sauce on the spaghetti. Who does that? Who puts sauce in the spaghetti? And the way you guys say spaghetti. I mean, do you have to say it like that? Do you have to? Can't you just say spaghetti?
Pasta.
Well, no, but like it's like, what's that girl on cooking? Who's the one that thinks she's the hottest Italian shit in the world? What's her name there?
Is she on the Food Network?
Yeah. Oh, Giada De Laurentiis.
Yes.
She talks perfect English, except for when she says the names of pastas. She'll always go, oh, well, I was sitting there, I was walking by, I looked in the window, and then all of a sudden I noticed it was a perfect little spaghetti. And you're like, oh, come on, stop it. If she can't cheese, she go, and then I decided I'd take this spaghetti, and I put a little parmesan, and I want to punch you in the face.
Bearded CV wants to know, do they make vegan pizza with non-dairy cheese? I know that they do make vegan cheese, because that was one question that I asked my friend, and he says, yes, they do mozzarella, a version of a mozzarella.
And they
so
make the crust. The crust is made out of cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
They take
that.
they take textured vegetable protein meats. Now, for all of you who want to know what textured vegetable protein meats are, next time you go to the grocery store, it's not a mission, it's not a freaking homework assignment. Just next time you're in a place that sells food, as you're going down the freezer section, and you just pay attention, just look. There's things called Morningstar Farms. They're the easiest one to find because that name everybody freaking knows. Morningstar Farms. Yeah. You'll see they have sausage patties there. Oh, well, that's cool. And there's hot dogs over there. You go,
hot dogs.
Those are cool.
Hamburger patties.
And they go, look, you go, oh, those are all cool. Those are all fake. Yep. Fake. There's nothing but textured vegetable protein. And then they make it. So that is essentially, now there's a difference between that and what they call the veggie burger. The veggie burger, the true veggie burgers are like if you took carrots and you literally grated them. You literally grated them into like a mush. And then you took green peppers and did the same thing. You took all these vegetables and grated them into a mush, and then you added like bulgur wheat and lentil flour. All right, and then you mix that all together. That's like a veggie patty.
Patty.
That's one of those. But the other ones, Morningstar Farms is probably, I'd say, for the true vegetarians, the ones that have been around a long time, like 40 years, like moi. I'm not a vegetarian anymore, but I was over 40 years ago. I was. They'll be familiar with Loma Linda. Now all of you have heard of Loma Linda University. All right, that's an Adventist university. All that Loma Linda food, that's an Adventist thing. If you've ever heard of Kellogg's, you like that is also an Adventist. That Dr. Kellogg was an Adventist. He was a freaky dude who wanted nobody to have any fun in their life. But he was an Adventist, and which is a lot of Adventists are like that. I mean, not all of them, but the ones that I was around were kind of like, no fun, no fun. Shame on you, no fun. No fun. What do you want to do when we get home? What do you want to do when we get home from church? Put your nose in the corner. Put your nose in the corner. And I'll make veggie patties, okay?
I'm going to have a squirrel moment here. You have duct tape on your headset.
Shut up. Shut up, Christine.
The handy dandy man secret weapon.
I mean, now, you see, I don't have my glasses on. And my headphones broke, so I did what I would normally do with my glasses. I nerded them out and put friggin' duct tape on them. She has to go, oh, well, hold on. While we're on the air, I'm going to wait and make. Is everybody listening? Hello? Is everybody listening? John, is that duct tape?
Who's the guy that says that?
Bus.
He uses duct tape for everything. They can't find your hand, so they'll find your hand.
She just throws me under the bus. She tosses me under the bus. She drives over me. She backs up. Are we live? Yeah. John, why is there duct tape on your glass?
Said it. Duct tape is the fix for everything tool. Red green? Thank you. Red green. He was like the king of duct tape. Just made me think of it.
But no, I went like this, and I pulled my headphones
to pull them off.
to have them go. See how this one's bent more?
Oh, no.
They literally came off, and the metal thing hit my head, and I'm holding two headphones with two wires, and I'm like, I'm on in like 20 minutes. What do I do? I can't order a set from Amazon. They're not that fast.
You pulled the red green.
Yeah, so I just literally went, okay, well, I got duct tape, so here we go. Ooh, duct tape lasagna. I like that. Mr. Holster says it sticks to your ribs.
Sticks to your ribs.
So I guess what the point of tonight is for everybody to think about. We've talked about lifestyle changes. Christine's going through one, so we spent a lot of time talking about that because it's, support. I would have to say support is a huge thing for a lifestyle change. Having that support network around you. So you've got friends here. I'm a friend of yours. You have all these guys here and talking and all that. These are all people that are friends here to support you in this lifestyle change you're going to have. So I would say the first and foremost thing for people that are going to go through one is make sure you have a support network. And it can be nothing more than your friend coming over going, it's cool. I I'll eat salad with you. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well,
Why not?
that's
What the hell?
what I said. Because this was a prime example. Like Samantha, my stepdaughter, we were supposed to get together tomorrow, but we couldn't. But the original plan was to have some lunch and do some shopping because I really haven't seen her, and we like to have our girl time and hang out every once in a while. So when I told her that I was doing this diet, she's like, "Oh, I'll have salad with you. That's cool."
Right, and
So that's a prime example.
Yeah, that's the support. You got to make sure. So that's like number one. Make sure you have that support
with
there.
me.
And the second thing is do some research. Do some research.
Oh, yeah.
Find out.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just decide on Monday that Tuesday you're being a vegan.
No, you can't, because you got to whatever lifestyle change that you're going to do or going through, you have to have time to prepare yourself to do that transition, no matter what it is. If it's quitting smoking or changing your diet or adding exercise or buying a house or, moving from a house to an apartment, whatever your situation is, and that's one thing that I've learned. You got to take the time to make that transition and gather that knowledge along the way.
Or you'll end up being like me, sitting in front of the refrigerator with 4 hot dogs in your mouth, 1 hamburger patty, holding a loaf of bread, going, "Do you have mustard?" with tears just streaming. You got mustard, right? Oh yeah, that'd be it for me. I'd be lost. I found the hot dogs, but I can't find the mustard.
Alternative lifestyles is different than this topic.
Yes, of course it is. Smile money. Leave it to him to bring that up. Oh, alternative. Okay, yeah, totally different. Yeah, bud. Yep.
And Gun Wild, he quit smoking 16 years ago. Awesome job.
Kudos.
Here's a perfect example of a lifestyle change.
Yeah, 53,
awesome.
53, and I finally quit. So yeah, that was it. And did my research and had my stuff ready to go and made sure I was. Because if you don't, you've just set yourself. If on Monday you decide to, okay, I haven't done anything like you and I talked about, having a day set aside to prepare for the week, because this is not in your wheelhouse. No. All this shit's not in your wheelhouse at all. So you're like, pasta. Crap, I can do laundry. I can make sauce while I'm doing laundry. Christine can be vacuuming, going, I gotta vacuum this room, go in, stir the fucking sauce a couple times, make sure I get this in there, head on down, grab a load, bring it up, Yeah. You've got that all down pat.
Yeah.
But as soon as someone says, saute the mushrooms, you're like, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
What? No oil though. Now remember, there's no oil. So how do you saute the mushrooms without oil? By the way, that guy I was telling you about, my school moment, his name was Pasquale. That was the name of the PBS guy I was telling you about. Remember the salad I said he had the craziest salad in the world? He just cut the head of lettuce in 4 pieces and served half tomatoes, half it. Yeah. He called it a chopped salad because he chopped it in half. His name was Pasquale. Yeah, wow. I just had a chick moment. I just finished a conversation I had 2 weeks ago. Whew, that was weird. Olive is a vegetable. Well, no, it's not. Actually, olive is a fruit. Anytime you have an item that has an outer skin that carries a seed, it's a carrier for the seed. It's actually a fruit. An olive is exactly the same as a peach. The seed is in the middle, and it's surrounded by the flesh. All right. Yep. So an olive is a fruit, just like a peach is a fruit, and it actually grows on a tree.
I like olives.
It is not a vegetable.
What was the concern tonight?
Exactly, that is why I was concerned about turning into that. I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on in the chat room anymore.
Smile Money's, we're talking about life change. Smile Money's like, then again, if you remove a body part, that would be a lifestyle change. And his next comment is, well, it's not meat. I think you're talking about the olive, right?
Maybe that is having a squirrel moment.
I don't
Squirrel.
know. I think he suffers from fast typing. Other people type it, and he still wants to make his point. And sometimes when he makes his point, it's like 5 comments from somebody else later, and I don't know what he's saying. Yeah, Buddy Bear.
Oh, Gunwelts made a good comment. So, banana is not a fruit, no seeds.
Yeah, there's a seed at the bottom of a banana.
So it is considered a fruit.
Yes, it's a fruit. What, buddy?
I see.
Very good. You want to say hi to everybody? No, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
She says hi.
Just kidding. Are we kidding?
You're just kidding? Okay. I love you, bud. Give me a hug. All right.
It's an interesting topic, and most of the time I don't like to sit here and talk about things about myself, but I just thought this was interesting because it doesn't have to be, lifestyle changes for just a diet. Like I said, it can be anything that people are, doing or going through.
I got an email from a guy today who said, biggest lifestyle, get this one, largest lifestyle change he ever had. Actually, Jolson would be a real good one to talk about this. He got a job. He'd been driving a truck forever. Yep. And he ended up getting I guess he had to get rid of his truck or whatever, so he ended up getting a truck, but he has to go over the road.
Oh, wow.
So you go from getting home every day to now you didn't lose your job. Okay, you have a new job now. So he said I was blessed. I went from A to B, didn't lose any money. I'm safe. Everything's good. It's just that now I'm not home, and I live in a truck.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lifestyle change. That is and that unfortunately is one of those. Monday, I used to come home every night, and Tuesday, Jeff says his biggest lifestyle change was subscribing to the Ebola channel.
Good one.
Well, I hope this has been enlightening for some people. I mean, this is just a lifestyle change we're talking about, but all the lessons that come from this one are lessons that can be applied to whatever yours is.
Oh, absolutely. Whatever issue or situation, change that, occurs in your life, you can kind of learn from it.
And it could be something so simple as I had the perfect job. I worked Monday through Friday. I got home after my commute of 5 minutes. I got home at 5 o'clock, saw the kids. Everything was great. Then that place closed. And now I work 7 to 11.
Yeah. Well, actually,
I go to work just before the kids get on the bus, so I really don't get to see them. And I get home hours after they go to bed, so I don't get to see them. And I gotta work weekends, so I miss every freaking. That's a lifestyle change. That's a big one.
See, and one of my coworkers, she just started with our clinic not too long ago. She came from a place where she was a manager, but she just didn't want that responsibility anymore because she dealt with, people calling in and I don't want to go to work. And she's scrambling to try to find people to fill those, schedules, for when they were supposed to come in for their shifts. So she had a lot of different things that she did as a manager and now, working weekends and whatnot. So now she comes here, she's working at the clinic, she's working Monday through Friday. She's not a manager. She's just working in a department. She doesn't have that responsibility. She gets to go home. She gets to spend time with her kid. And she says it's fabulous. But that for her was a change because she was, getting up and going at the odd time because you were the manager and you had to be at the store and do this and that and whatever else. And now she's like, I have a schedule. I know that when I'm done with my day, I have my evenings to, cook my dinner, spend some time with my family. And she says it's so much better now.
Oh, yeah. You can have great lifestyle changes. And lifestyle changes can be so many different things. But some of the stuff we talked about here tonight, learning about what it is, that's an important thing. Setting aside time. Set aside time to make sure because you have a new routine. It's a whole new routine.
It's a whole new routine.
You're either going to fail or succeed. If you're one of those people that go, I need to succeed, then you need to stop, set aside some time to go, how do I succeed? How am I going to do this? Well, I've got to get this ready ahead of time or be prepared for this. Or like your case, I'm going to do some special cooking tomorrow, so I'm not sitting here going, I've never made this before. I started at 6. I'm doing it wrong. Now it's 8:30. Eric's going to be going, it's vegetables. Just put them on the fucking plate.
Yeah, right?
Put some hot sauce on them. They'll be fine. Okay? I got to go to bed in 15 minutes. I don't have time to learn how to turkey baste a freaking green pepper. I'm sorry.
And that is one thing that I can say that that helped me, because when we did the juicing, I really wasn't prepared to get all those ingredients together. And juicing did take a while because you had to do like 2-3 days, so you had 2-3 days worth. And there were some nights that we were up till 9-10 o'clock at night going, what the hell are we doing?
Oh yeah. And it's funny because
I did not prepare that well for it.
It's funny because you'll have something like so simple as, okay, everything, you have 12 vegetables. All of these vegetables, I need you to julienne these. If you julienne them, they'll be nice and lovely, and the textures will all go. If you start hacking at them like you're making a freaking salad, you're like, this really sucks. It's like I have a mouthful of green pepper and a big giant carrot. I don't know how anyone thought this was going to go in a burrito shell.
This is not melding.
Yeah. I'm rolling the burrito. There's a half a carrot sticking out of it and going, I don't know. I don't know. Put hot sauce on it. Do something. I don't know.
So yeah, I've kind of learned my lesson on that one. So yeah, this was just something different to share. Like I said, I don't normally bring topics forward. I talk about anything myself. Usually I'm talking to other people about other things and having a...
Except when it's hockey, she's all telling you a story. She talks about hockey all the freaking time, and hockey's about her. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Oh, that reminds me. Let me check the score. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Next week, you want to talk about parenting skills.
Yes, yeah.
Both single parents.
All things, single parents.
And married parents.
Married parents. We'll talk about that next week.
And for small money, alternative parents.
Alternative? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Bill and Bill.
Yeah.
Or Sherry and Charlene.
Yep. We had a Sherry and Charlene next door.
Oh, really? Yep. Wow. Okay. Or Tommy and his toaster. Yeah. Apparently that's a new thing. Apparently it's a new thing. Okay. Hi, my name's Terry, and this is my wife, the fridge.
Made me laugh so hard.
Can I bring the toaster? It's my plus one.
God. How do you even RSVP back to something? I'm telling you, man. A wedding or a party? Yeah.
Like, oh wow, you brought a toaster. Thank you so much. No. That's my plus one. I thought it was my gift. No, that's my plus one. If it was a gift, I'd have wrapped it. Okay.
Exactly. Okay.
Smile when he says parenting skills. My kids have left the nest. Success. Problem was they're both 9. And running.
So yeah, anyways, this was the topic for tonight. I hope that everybody enjoyed it.
I had fun.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think the topics I pick are just boring and nobody will listen.
You always think nobody's listening. Always. There's a bunch of people in a chat room talking to you. There'll be hundreds of freaking people listening to some podcast. There'll be hundreds of people on freaking iHeartRadio, which they invited you because they like your topics. So you're right. You suck.
Uh-huh. All right. So before I go, I'll just run down the chat room really quick. We had Scott here tonight, and we had Smile Money, Bearded CB82, Douglas, Gun Wild, Smile Money. I think that was
Mr. Holster.
Mr. Holster.
And Douglas Walther.
And Douglas Walther.
And a whole bunch of vegans are going to be on tomorrow.
So thanks everybody for joining us in the chat room. Thanks everybody that's listening, that will listen. I hope you didn't find this topic too boring.
And what platforms are you available
on? Let's see. We got Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Google, Amazon. You can find us here at Spreaker.com.
Soon to be on Alexa and Echo. I'm still working on it.
Oh, that's right.
I'm working on it. Soon to be able to go, Alexa, put on Miss Bomey's on.
So that was it. That was our show. Lifestyle changes, just something thrown out there to think about. I mean, that's not something that everybody thinks about every single day, but it's something different.
And very good point. We can turn any subject into Fun Gun 101 and listen and learn. Very good. Love it. And on that note, we're out of here.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night and have a good week ahead of you.